The union government on one side it is saying that we have increased the 100-day employment scheme to 125 days. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it wonderful? But on the other hand, the states like Tamil Nadu and Kerala says that this so-called new scheme is not a plan to strengthen the 100-day scheme. Instead, it is a plan to weaken or dismantle it. So the real question is, has the 100-day employment scheme been really increased to 125 days? Or has it implemented to strengthen the scheme? Or has it been actually diluted or weakened? Let's get all the answers. Welcome to Youturn and this is Nandini Madheshwaran. In this video, we are going to examine what is written in the draft one by one. The 100-day employment scheme was first introduced in India in 2005. At the time, the poverty and unemployment was widespread across the country. To make the job guarantee in the rural areas and to strengthen the rural people life and to make sure that cash circulates through the villages, this scheme was introduced. Today, after nearly 20 years, this scheme has now become the backbone of the rural economy. To be very clear, this scheme gave the landless agricultural laborers a power to bargain their wage negotiations. Many times, clients was spread widely without any evidence saying that because of this scheme, agriculture was dying. And they also spread that farmers could not find laborers to work in their farm. But the truth is, this scheme became a deep roots of economy in the lives of landless agricultural workers. So now let us come to what the new draft says. For the first time, the BJP government removed the Mahatma Gandhi's name, which the scheme was originally named as Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which was also called as MGNREGA. Opposition parties are strongly protesting this, arguing that the BJP government has removed Mahatma Gandhi's name out of hatred towards him. But instead of Gandhi's name, now they have given new name to the scheme. The name is, let me look and read. Viksit Bharat Gramin Rozgar or Ajivika Mission. Really? What a tough name, isn't it? Just like Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Grama Yojana and so on, nowadays every scheme is given a Sanskrit heavy names. Similarly, this scheme has also given Sanskrit name which is very complicated after removing Gandhi's name. Earlier when we said Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which is called as MGNREGA, everybody in India across the states could understand and could identify why this scheme existed. But the name now given like Viksit Bharat Rozgar Ajivika Mission Gramin conveys nothing clearly. So, renaming with Sanskrit names and removing Gandhi's names is one of the issue. But the real and bigger issue lies elsewhere in the draft. One of the most important changes in the new scheme is funding pattern. When the scheme was introduced initially in 2005, the funding pattern was like this. So, 90% of the total cost including wages was paid by the union government and remaining 10% was given by the state government. But while claiming we have increased the employment days from 100 to 125, the funding pattern also changes. Now it has been changed to 60% of the shares or 60% of the total cost will be provided by the union government and remaining 40% of the shares should be given by the state government. This means the union government has shifted a massive economic burden onto the states while the states are already struggling financially. So now the union government decreases its funding from 90% to 60% and it increases the state government's funds from 10% to 40%. To understand how severe the impact is, we must trace back to the previous funding data. So let's look at Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, every year around 10,000 to 13,000 crore has been spent in this scheme. In the year of 2023 to 24, the total expenditure of the scheme was 13,395 crore rupees, of which 12,136 crore was provided by the union government. In the following years, the union government has reduced its funding gradually. In the year of 2024 to 25, the total expenditure was around 10,574 crore, but the union government gave only 7,587 crore. That means the remaining 3,000 crore was not at all released by the union government. According to the Tamil Nadu budget document of 2024 to 25, 3,796 crore that had to be released to Tamil Nadu. Because of this, the state government faces difficulties to pay wages on time and the employment days could not be completed properly. This situation occurs even when the scheme was about 90:10 model, but now it has been reduced to 60:40. So it is obvious that the funding to the scheme is going to be worsened in future days. Even if we consider only 100 days, the proper implementation cost alone 12,000 to 13,000 crore annually. Under the new system, 40% of the shares should be borne by the state, meaning over 5,000 crore has to be allocated by Tamil Nadu only for this particular scheme every year. This is happening when Tamil Nadu is already funding for the schemes like Magalir Urimai Thogai, Pudumai Pen, free bus travel for every woman and several other welfare schemes. At this time, the union government is also placing additional 5,000 plus crore rupees burden on the state. And remember, this calculation is only for 100 days. If it becomes 125 days, then the cost will increase even more further. At the same time, Tamil Nadu already gets back only 27 paise for every 1 rupee of tax it contributes to the union government. So it is one of the long-standing accusations, especially after the GST reduced states' fiscal autonomy. So reducing the funding from 90% to 60% and shifting the burden to states is seen as a huge injustice. So one thing is very clear here. The states are expected to pay more for the scheme that is set by the union government and it is taking all the credits. So this pattern is already visible in the centrally sponsored schemes, especially in the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, that is house building scheme. Though it was announced as 60% by the union and 40% by the state, in Tamil Nadu, the reality is vice versa. The state contributes about 62% and the union contributes only 38% in the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme. Yet, the scheme carries Prime Minister's name. States fear the same thing will happen here because it is written as 60:40 on paper. But tomorrow, the burden will be even more on the states. Thus, MGNREGA has joined the long list of the schemes where the states pay more but the union government take all the credits of it. So, the second major loss is the employment guarantee itself. Before, there was a demand for work and the employment is provided and the funds were allocated accordingly. So, this is the core guarantee. But today, in the draft of clause 4.5, this guarantee is effectively removed. It states that the union government will decide how much money should the states get based on objective parameters. And these objective parameters are also set by the union government. This means that no guarantee that demand for work will be met. States will be given funds only by the union government. If Tamil Nadu needs more fund because it has high demand, only the union should decide and give it. But what will these objective parameters be? If population is used, Tamil Nadu loses because it effectively controls the population. And if poverty is used, Tamil Nadu loses because it completely eradicated the poverty. So Tamil Nadu is effectively punished for its achievement. This makes the flashy claim of 125 days of work makes impossible within the fixed budget. Either the days will be cut or the number of workers will be reduced. On the other hand, the draft also says that the union government will decide where to work. But previously, Grama Panchayats will decide and the state government has authority. But now, the Panchayats are sidelined and the state government are sidelined and all the centralized power will be decided only by the union government. The draft also says that this scheme has the suspension of about 60 days to avoid affecting the private agricultural labours. This provides agricultural employers' needs over workers' income security. They also say that the attendance and the payments will be fully digitalized and tech-based using AI technology. Earlier, the Aadhaar card inclusion itself led to the massive exclusions of workers. Now, increased AI and other technologies may exclude many genuine workers instead of empowering them. Even when the scheme was promised as 100 days, the actual scheme was not completed that days. To the report, we can see 2021 to 22, the number of days working were 50 days, and to 22 to 23, the same 50 days were been working. And the year of 2023 to 24, the working days was 59 days, and in 24 to 25, the working days was only 46 days. So when even 100 days of work were never delivered properly, 125 days of work has no guarantee at all. Overall, the union government claims that the days has been increased from 100 to 125 days. The draft shows reduced union funding, increased state burden, centralization of power, and removal of employment guarantee, fixed allocations, and higher risk of exclusions. So the real question remains, is this a strengthening of a scheme or weakening it? To stay informed on such issues, subscribe to Youturn. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.